He loves me. He loves me not. The open web is thriving. The open web is dying. These are the conflicting realities portrayed in a court filing from Google ahead of their ad tech antitrust trial remedies phase. Welcome to The Refresh, your weekly download on what went down in advertising. This week we're also covering Magnite's acquisition of streamr.ai and YouTube's first NFL live broadcast game. Before we kick off, a quick shout out to our sponsor Adform. 40% of internet audiences are unreachable thanks to signal loss. Reclaim your audience and find your 40 with Adform. Now let's get into it. Starting things off with Google and the court filing that generated some serious side-eye in the ad industry. The top line here is that in the face of a potential forced divestiture of assets like AdX and DFP, Google is claiming that the open web is already in rapid decline, and having to sell these assets would further degrade the vitality of the open web and the publishers who rely on it to make money. Meanwhile, in a parallel universe, the open web is apparently doing just fine. And it's all thanks to Google. Here's the bottom line. Google is simultaneously playing the villain and the victim, and the irony here is twofold. For one, Google has always had outsized control over how all of us, consumers, advertisers, publishers, engage with and transact across the open web. And two, Google may actually be telling the truth in this court filing. By many accounts, publisher referral traffic is under duress. And just to play devil's advocate for a second here, Google has always done a very good job of creating products that are functional, sticky, and hard to refuse. Whether all of the ways that they went about achieving this were above board is subject to personal opinion. But here's the thing. Publishers and some advertisers are sick of being gaslit and forced to play the game that Google designed. But with Google, the house always wins. And without any significant intervention or disruption, Google will continue to win, whether it's across the open web or elsewhere. Moving on, let's give a big round of applause to Magnite, who just announced they'd be acquiring streamr.ai, a startup that uses generative AI to produce CTV ad creatives. Here's the top line. Once the acquisition is finalized, the technology will be available to Magnite's ecosystem of partners. Alongside this, Magnite recently rolled out support for pause ads to be purchased programmatically. From an inventory perspective, Magnite has access to some of the most highly sought-after streaming platforms, including Netflix, Disney, Roku, and Warner Bros. Discovery. Here's the bottom line. TV buying has historically had a higher barrier to entry for advertisers who don't find themselves sitting in the 1%. Magnite is putting a stake in the ground on a growing and increasingly clear-cut trend in the industry, the pursuit of small to mid-sized businesses as an untapped source of revenue. This means creating ease of access to participating in the channel, removing creative, inventory, and measurement barriers. Finally, we have YouTube, who helped kick off the 2025 NFL season with its first exclusive live broadcast of the Chiefs-Chargers game in Sao Paulo, Brazil, for free $99. Here's the top line. 17.2 million viewers tuned in, and YouTube used this free game to encourage viewers to sign up for a full NFL Sunday Ticket subscription. Bottom line, even if you're not an NFL fan, this season of live sports is one to watch from an advertising perspective. Major media distributors have spent the last year or so transforming live events into biddable, real-time ad opportunities to bring more advertisers into the mix, and I'm curious to see how this plays out. That's all we have time for this week. Thanks for watching The Refresh, and we'll catch you next week.